Well, hello, Bimbos. Welcome to another episode of Reality Check, Please.
Yes, we're doing the Real Housewives of
Atlanta. Before we get into it, though, I just want to do a little shout out to one of our Bimbos. We just got a really nice review from one of our Bimbos, Serious Junkie, who has a very
in Sirius Radio.
As in Sirius Radio.
Do you think
very
it was
clever.
Jeff Lewis?
Oh my gosh, maybe. We just got a very nice review. Thank you so much for being a proud bimbo.
Yes. If you're not a proud bimbo, you really should. We are here to uplift every bimbo that lives.
Yeah, we don't want any bimbos who are not proud.
No
to be
bimbo should be left unturned.
But thank you so much for listening. We're so happy you enjoy the show. They did also make a recommendation that we maybe start recapping Below Deck. And so in the next season, we'll definitely be thinking of that. If you are a proud bimbo and you have shows that you would be very into us recapping, reach out and tell us about it because we want to hear from you guys.
We'll definitely be doing Ladies of London, which begins next week.
Real Housewives of London, you mean?
Shit.
I know you keep saying Ladies of London. I know.
because I just refuse to believe it's over.
No, I know, me too. But maybe we'll love Ladies of London as well.
You mean Real Housewives of London?
Oh, no.
You know, that had to be part of the process there because it's just very confusing.
Yeah, they can't have both.
No, it's too much London.
I know. No, not for me, but I'm married to a Brit, so you can never have enough.
Real Housewives of London, we'll have girls trips starting, so we'll have those, plus OC, Atlanta's still going.
We also do Drag Race which is ending. And we will probably do. Are we going to do Survivor again when it comes back in September?
Yeah, but that's not till September. So
okay, yeah,
we'll see.
But anyway, thank you, Serious Junkie, and thank you to all of our bimbos. I have a self-checkout.
Love you. Yes.
I don't know. How do you feel when people eat off your plate or drink your drinks? And like when you're out with friends or George and a partner, like what are your boundaries around food?
George and I will share food fairly often when we go out to eat. Especially drinks, I despise. Like if we're out with a group of people and everyone orders a different drink and everyone wants to taste everyone's drink, I sit there and pray that no one asks me or touches me. I don't want 8 people sipping off my drink.
If they do, what's the etiquette for you? Can they sip out of the cup but not your straw? Or would you rather have them sip? You know what I mean? Like if you're going around with a drink and there's a straw in it, they should sip from the cup, not your straw, right?
I would rather them sip their own fucking drink.
So how do you discourage people from drinking your drink?
If you wanted to taste my drink, you should have just ordered what I ordered.
But do you ever just drink your drink and go, ugh, I hate this?
No, like everyone will do it. And then they'll be like, do you want to taste mine? And I'm like, no, because then I don't have to say, do you want to taste mine too? But if I taste theirs, then I have to be like, well, do you want to taste mine as well? Like, I don't want that. And
so you don't want sharing reciprocity. You want to just like no sharing.
If I ordered what I ordered, I want to drink what I ordered. I don't need to taste your drink.
Okay. What about food though?
I don't technically like sharing food with anybody really, but George. Like I will share with George because he's obviously my husband and we go out and we'll order things and split them and share them. I'm never really like reaching across. I would never reach across and take a bite off someone's plate. That's
what if
weird.
Someone did to you that wasn't George, but was close?
Without asking?
Yeah, like what if Kara did it or I did it? Like not someone close to you.
I mean, I would pretend like I was okay with it, I guess. But inside I wouldn't be happy.
You'd be upset.
I know we make lots of Friends references, but did you ever see that episode with Joey when he goes on dates and he does not like sharing his food? That's me. I don't want to share my food.
Okay, what about French fries? Like if you have someone on a plate, can I grab one of your French fries?
I would say, do you want to fry? One fry.
What if you didn't ask? Can I say, may I have a fry?
I would say, yes, here's one French fry.
Wow. Boy. All right. Well, I don't think I have the same boundaries around food that some other people do.
What had happened that you're asking?
We were just out like with a lot of people and we were like, should it be, like trying things from people's plates? And I'm kind of fine if someone shares. But I do feel the same anxiety. But I do feel the same way as you do about drinks. But that's just because it's saliva right there. Like I wouldn't want someone to share by eating off my fork, But I'm totally fine if someone wants to try my food. Like usually what I'll do is cut them a piece and put it on their plate.
I remember even we went out with a few friends and we were having steaks and I ordered a filet and we were talking about the different steaks and who likes what kind. And then someone had ordered, I don't know, ribeye or whatever. And they were like, oh, do you want to try my ribeye? And I was like, no, because then I would have to say, do you want to try a piece of my filet? And I don't want to do that.
Did you say that part, the quiet part out loud?
No, because I'm not that much of an asshole most of the time. 50% of the time, I keep my inner thoughts in. Sometimes they do escape, and that's why we have this podcast.
I was going to say, usually that's on the air or on your TikTok.
Oh, yeah. My TikTok is where I get completely unhinged.
I'm actually wondering, have you ever kept an inside thought on the inside?
Yes.
Okay, well.
I mean, I probably would have been murdered by this point in my life if I didn't.
Well, I just wanted to clear up what people's boundaries were around food, because I know some people are real, like, don't you dare touch my plate, and other people have looser boundaries about it.
I think reaching across and taking a bite of someone's food without even talking about it is lunacy.
Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about without a, like, would you like to try this, or may I try this? Like, I'm not an animal, but I'm just saying if someone says, can I try your thing? Then I don't have a problem with it.
That to me is weird though. I would never sit down at a dinner with somebody and look at their plate and ask them if I could try it. I would never say, can I try that? Like,
you'd just be like, can I get one of my own? I'm like to order 2 steaks, please.
Like, and you know, I'm always the one that's going to want French fries. Always.
Yeah.
I always want French fries. So I know better at this point when I'm with a group of people to just order French fries for the table.
Yeah.
Always.
Table French fries are a must.
If you order French fries just on your plate,
everyone will eat them.
Everyone's just going to stare at you the entire time. Like you're in Children of the fucking Corn. Everyone's just going to be standing at your plate the whole time.
They're like, I hope Matt dies so I can eat his French fries.
Matt, don't you have to go to the bathroom?
All right. Well, that was my self check-in for the week. Should we get into Atlanta?
Let's. I wanted to try to do a Scottish accent.
Oh no! Try it. Try it for the people.
Let's get into the Atlanta.
What are you doing? Did you just have a stroke?
You know, I skipped dialects class in college.
Clearly. I think that was like leprechaun.
Well, that's close.
That's Irish.
Well, they're very similar cultures.
No.
Yes, they are.
Different countries. Different
people.
People. Have you ever heard of a Scottish leprechaun?
Have you understood either of them when they're talking to you?
Yes.
Okay, that's not true. Those men on Atlanta, I was like, do we need why did they not subtitle these men?
I don't know. Scottish is a little harder. But so we start with the Scottish games.
It was fine. It was nice to see the women all getting along.
Yeah.
And just having a good time.
I think that one of the gifts of Atlanta is that usually if something's fun, like Pinky's skating party or whatever, everybody can put things aside for a moment and come together and just have a kind of nice time. So I do like that this cast can do this, because while, yes, they can hold grudges, they can also let them go and just have a nice time together. And I think that's kind of unique to this cast. Many other casts cannot do that.
Correct. Or at least, well, also this cast, I believe the fun that they were having.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes casts want us to feel like they're having fun, but it feels like, oh, this is forced fun.
Yeah.
This felt like real fun.
Yeah. I think I would have enjoyed it. Wouldn't you enjoy going to a Scottish castle and going out and doing like a tug of war or whatever?
Well,
okay. All right. It was a little sporty for either of us.
I would love to go to the castle. I would say that I don't necessarily know if I would eat the haggis.
I would definitely not. I've had haggis.
You have had it.
I've had it.
In what form?
A patty. Not in a fried haggis ball.
Like a burger.
No, usually haggis, it looks like a sausage, can look like a sausage kind of thing. I've had that. I've also tried blood pudding, which is about as good as it sounds. But
it just tastes like chomping on pennies.
Yeah. I don't quite get why they're delicacies. You know what I mean? A lot of delicacies, I'm always like, well, but why? But I think, my husband is British, eats Marmite. And I don't know if you've ever tried that, but
I tried it one time.
Gross, right?
It tastes like a salt bomb.
It's not just salt, because I love salt. It's like It is yeast, and I don't quite know how to, but it has it tastes like tar to me. I don't quite get it, but
it's very thick.
Yeah. I think a lot of these foods you have to be sort of like eating from like when you're a baby. They're required tastes.
Let's be honest, if we should on this podcast.
Yeah.
I would venture to guess that you could ask anybody in the United States of America what their favorite food culture is.
Yeah. Italy.
The answer is never going to be
Scottish.
Yeah.
The answer is Italy.
I don't even think in Scotland the answer is Scottish.
But they do that, then they go inside for some haggis, and we get a conversation between Kelly and Porsha. What did you think of this conversation?
What I think is,
yeah,
if I may make another Clue reference on this podcast.
Just one more.
Shamea was Mrs. White when she found out that Kelly and Porsha made up the night before. You could see her going, the flames, flames on the side of my... She was so steamed.
So upset, I know.
But she couldn't do anything about it because how can you be mad that two women made up?
Well, how do you feel? I think we've talked a little bit about this, but like in real life, do you feel like your grudges should be your best friend's grudges? Because I do, but I'm Sicilian.
Well, that's tough because I like to think of myself as a very loyal person. Like I will go to bat for somebody who is my friend.
Yeah.
Even the people that I've never met before.
Even two people you've never met
right.
before.
Like
yeah,
I will
sure.
go to bat for my friends. So I get that.
Yeah.
But I think when you're on a reality TV show that's an ensemble, there's a different layer that's tricky to navigate probably.
Yeah, I would imagine because it isn't just, it's your job as well. To try to get on.
We know
with people
Kelly needs the goddamn job.
She definitely needs the job. So she's probably like, Porsha, do not get me kicked off this show. She's like, I need something. My kids can't film with me. But I tend to think in real life that I would get that it would be a betrayal if your very best friend makes up with somebody that is your ex-best friend and then they have a relationship and you're like, wait a second. You should hate each other because that's where my grudge is. So I do understand that in the real world.
Yeah, but I do think, and we've been pretty tough on Kelly on this podcast, but I do think we're seeing a different side to Kelly, and she's kind of, I've not turned a full corner.
Oh,
okay. The corner hasn't been turned.
Your blinkers on and you're sitting there waiting?
Yes. So there's no left turn signal.
Okay. You're sitting there.
You know, there's green arrows, but sometimes there's an intersection where there should be a green arrow, but there's not. And you're like, why do I pay taxes in the city of Los Angeles, but they're making me sit on fucking Cahuenga to make a left, even though there is right.
Yeah, we all get it.
I'm there.
Okay.
There's lots of traffic.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about making the left-hand turn.
Wow. On
because
Kelly.
Yes, because and then at the end of the episode you see she really does love Shamea. She is a good friend to her.
Yeah.
So I think Kelly is she's navigating the situation properly now. She wasn't at the beginning of the season.
It's hard because I think Shamea has spent the whole season isolating herself from everybody else in the cast for some inexplicable reason.
No, she is doing this to herself.
Yeah. And so I think that at first when she started the season and she was at odds with Porsha, it's very easy to align yourself with somebody when they have like one common enemy and to think like, okay, we're going to go in at this person's going to give us a storyline. I'm with you 100%. But as she slowly isolated herself from every other member in the cast, if you want your paycheck next season, you have to create some inroads and sort of separate yourself from that dynamic, because we have seen in the entire beginning of this season, Kelly and Shamea, and then bringing in K. Michelle into this little trio that is not going to blend with anybody else. And by the way, you're not blending with the members of the cast you need to blend with to stay on the show.
But she's also pissed off K. Michelle. She's even allowed us to understand K. Michelle's one grievance that she isn't speaking in riddles and logic puzzles. It's very straightforward. You're saying I'm friends with you despite everyone telling me not to be.
And that
which
hurt
is
my
a
feelings.
weird thing to say.
Totally weird thing to say. And if a friend said it to me, I would be hurt.
Yeah. So that's the genesis or the point of this whole lunch, is just for us to find out that Shamea,
Porsha and Kelly have made up.
Right, because then Shamea immediately
goes and calls her mom.
Fucking tattletale Jan Brady goes and calls her mother to tell her, "Mother being mean to me. Everyone's so mean to me."
I know.
And you know that mom was like, "You better take that little nugget of knowledge that we've been talking about for 45 seasons
100%.
and finally put it on the table.
I mean, her mom, who's always in there preaching about God, really did want that information known. Her mom is
what would Jesus do?
She would tell about the affair.
Alleged affair.
Jesus would get right up on in there and be messy. Yeah, she calls her mom. She tattles.
She's a little tattletale.
And because she feels so isolated.
But here's the thing. If you're a housewife and your last resort for camera time to download somebody is to call your mom on FaceTime, we got to really, Shamimi, we got to think things through.
I know. You're not setting yourself up for another season.
No.
Well, she does call her mom, and then we've got a little scene after that where K. Michelle talks about how she just doesn't feel appreciated as a friend by
because of what we've
just said,
yeah.
Which makes sense, and I would agree with her, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but K. Michelle too is making sense. I don't know if she took her Jinko Gaboba or whatever the hell it's called.
Jinko Boboba?
She is really starting to make sense because she's also like, I don't want it to feel like a pile up. She is thinking that way of like.
Yeah, we are kind of seeing more of the K. Michelle that we saw in the first few episodes and not in the sort of middle of the season where she kind of went off the rails a little bit. So, you know, maybe we're starting to get on firmer ground, or she's at least getting her equilibrium on this show. Maybe she just had like a sophomore slump in the middle of her first season.
Equilibrium must be our word of the week because you used that word. We used it in the OC recap, and now we've used it in this recap.
Was I talking about Shannon falling over when I used it?
We were talking about Shannon's, her inner ear, her equilibrium.
Oh, well.
I don't know if I said it or you said it, but we definitely, maybe that should be our thing. The bimbo word of the week is equilibrium.
If you don't know what it means, look it up.
And use it in a sentence.
So Pinky, we get into this scene where Pinky is on a phone call, a business phone call. She finds out $20,000 has come out of her bank account, and then she just starts crying. I am really confused about the Pinky stuff. 1 minute she's bankrupt. The next minute she's so rich. The next minute she's rich but also bankrupt. The next minute she's talking about how she doesn't know where $12,000 went out of her bank account. The next minute,
she did that scene at the restaurant where she's like, $9,000 came out for food, and I was shocked. And I'm like, you own a restaurant. The least shocking thing should be spending money on food. But also, I thought I remember her saying, just because I'm filing bankruptcy doesn't mean I'm broke.
Yes.
But I thought the bankruptcies were the business, but the bankruptcy is a personal bankruptcy.
The bankruptcy is a personal business, but these seem to be business expenses of the $20,000.
Yeah.
I'm very, very confused. We've talked a lot about our finances.
More than I think that she should be talking about.
Also, we've talked a lot about our finances and we still know nothing about them. So I'm a little bit confused about why they keep coming up. But she does start breaking down, and then all of the housewives have to pretend that they care at all.
Oh, I thought they actually really did care.
But how do you care about something like that? Because she's essentially breaking down that she is a business expense. I'm super confused. I would get it if it was like, I was just sued, I was whatever, but it's like...
I think it was because she feels like she's underwater because she's dealing with so much, and she has people that's working for her, and she feels like, I'm on this show now and I need to have my time and energy focused here. I shouldn't have to be dealing with where did the $20,000 go. I have people for that, but they're not doing their job, and now it's being put on me while I'm trying to film this trip with these girls.
That I understand. I do understand feeling like everyone who works for you is an idiot and you're upset about it.
But I also think what we got in this episode was kind of this storytelling of like, okay, the women have gelled, they're getting along, they're having a great time. They come together for Pinky. And they came together for Kelly last episode. They come for Pinky. They're all comforting Pinky. It seems like, oh, this is like a sisterhood. This is what we want. We want to come together and show up women supporting women. And then Shamea decides,
gets involved.
I don't want that.
That's not what I want.
I don't want that at all.
But,
my mother told me what to do, and I listened to my mother.
I want to get to that, but I first need to just point out as a public service announcement.
Oh my God.
Did you know that your
pelvic floor could just fall
out of your vagina?
Did you?
Yeah, I'd heard of it before. It's prolapsing, which we usually think of only for buttholes, but it can happen with a vagina too. But I didn't know that you have to shove it back up there and get fingered by a medical professional.
I'm at a loss.
vaginas are unsteady territory for you. But even as an owner of one, I was confused about that. And then I thought, does insurance cover the fingering? Probably, right?
How do you bill for that?
I don't know. They must have a medical code that they fill in.
Just, $4,000 for a pelvic floor finger fuck. Denied.
I can't believe you, Blue Cross. You have to cover my finger banging.
Wait a second. Why are you going to this physical therapist four times a week? That seems excessive.
I demand universal health care. In Finland, they get fingered for free.
That was some beautiful alliteration.
Thank you so much.
Really nice. So no, I don't know anything about pelvic floors, but I will admit that then when Porsha started her Kegel classes.
Did you start Kegeling?
With my butt.
I'm telling you, Kegels are contagious. Kegeling is really contagious because I Kegeled my way through that whole scene and she was doing like the N1, N2, N3. I'm doing it right now.
Me too.
Bimbos, we're going to do a little Kegel exercise because we want, as you laugh at this podcast, for you to not pee yourself and we don't want your pelvic floor to fall out of your vagina.
I mean, but if you are peeing yourself, Spanx by Shannon has you covered.
And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Hold. All right. See, now we're going to have some pelvic strength.
Your husband's going to come home from New York and be very happy.
I'm going to break him in half. My new vagina. This is the only workout I've done in ages.
All right. So let's get to the meat of this episode because we've been watching Real Housewives for a long time.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to shock me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Yeah.
My jaw hit the floor.
The last time I felt this shocked was on Miami in the reunion when the claim came out about them having sex. So
right, Julia, Adriana.
Yeah, Adriana having sex. That's the last time my jaw was on the floor. But when you come out with whose mom is fucking who, I don't know. It's like another level that we haven't even seen before. But the fight starts with Shamea again. And this is the thing, Shamea, you're relitigating something that you fought about last season. Yeah. She
is so obsessed with Porsha not wanting her to be a housewife. But the thing is that if Shamea has been a guest and a friend of since like season 6 or 7.
Right.
She was on the reunion in season 9.
Oh,
and she read Phaedra for filth.
Okay, I don't remember that.
If production wanted her to be a housewife, she would have been a housewife. No housewife has the power to say, I don't want her to be a housewife.
Do you think there's any housewife on any franchise who actually has enough power that they can be like, no? Do you think Kyle does?
Teddy Joe Mellencamp would be on that show.
I don't mean to make someone a housewife. I mean to make someone not a housewife.
I don't think so. I think, especially if Porsha and Shamea obviously have been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Production would salivate at the fact of bringing her on. And look at what they did to Teresa with Melissa back in the day. Yeah. She didn't even know and brought Melissa on to film. Yeah. because they knew the drama that they would get.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think what happened was Shamea had been been a guest. She was a full friend of for one season, I think season 8. And I think she and Porsha had a conversation where Porsha was like, look, just so you know, if you are a full-time peach holder, it probably will affect our friendship. Like that's just what happens on the show. As a housewife, you're expected differently. Yeah. Things are expected differently of you. So I worry about that. I think that conversation happened, but I think Shamea took it as, I don't want you to be a housewife.
Got it.
So I'm going to go
tell them I don't want you to be a housewife. Yeah. Well, here's what I thought was interesting, and this can only happen in the modern era of housewives. That entire scene and the scene after it in the Sprinter van with Kelly was breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, full obliteration.
The whole thing and the whole scene was basically saying what they never could have said before. You know, we were talking to Teddy about it in our interview with her, which is, what are the things that you couldn't do when you couldn't break the fourth wall before, that you had to kind of, maybe we didn't understand, it was murky and everyone was kind of trying to allude to it without saying anything. Now we're in this new era of housewives where they're just like, remember when you didn't want me to be on the show and you said this, and this about me not wanting to be on the show? You never wanted me to be a housewife and I'm upset with it. And that never would have happened before. So it's interesting because I think we're going to get on these franchises where they're open to talking about it, a much better idea of what's happening and where these fights are stemming from.
But see, breaking the fourth wall, I don't like fighting about the show.
Right.
Because that breaks the show. And Shamea already did. And we even, we got the flashback from the reunion where Porsha says, Andy, didn't I tell you that I wanted Shamea to have a peach? And he says yes. And could he have been lying to help Porsha out? Sure. It doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
If they wanted Shamea to be a housewife, she would have been.
Right.
That's the end of the story.
And she is.
She is now, right?
Yeah, so,
and look what happened. Their friendship is demolished. So
totally
Porsha was right
decimated
this entire time.
I know. So they are in the middle of this fight. She brings it up. And then she says
no, you can't skip over the daughter part.
Okay.
Because where are you going to?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
No, you go with...
No, I thought you were going to bring up the mom thing.
Well, go ahead and say the daughter
You were.
thing. I was.
Don't lie to me on our podcast.
Very bad girl. I just want to get to the mom fucking.
No, because I think it is important that she also... So she's trying to... She wants Porsha to flip the fuck out.
Yeah.
So she's doing this. I think she's like doing this elevation so that she knows when she drops the bomb that Porsha is going to be so agitated that she's going to fucking flip.
Oh, so her first thing is, you don't let your daughter come to my house, even though she's friends with my kid and wants to come to my house, and you're withholding this good experience from your daughter because of your own selfishness.
Do you A, think that it was wrong of Shamea to bring up the daughter? And B, do you think that Porsha is right in not allowing her daughter to go over to Shamea's house unsupervised?
I think she shouldn't have brought it up. And I think Porsha is right for not letting her go to the house.
Me too.
It's like, wait, if I don't get along with you, why would I send my kid to your house when I know you have animosity to me? I don't know what you're saying about me.
Right, exactly.
I don't know what. It's not like I would think that person was going to do anything bad to my daughter. But just like, why would I want her in an environment where I don't feel comfortable going? Like, I would never put her in a situation. And I think Porsha was right when she said, the only place I would send her, even if we weren't speaking, is to my actual family, my sister's house. Like, if we weren't speaking, I would not stand in the way of her having a relationship with her cousin. But that's it. And I think that's right.
And then Shamea tells on herself. Because, Shamea tries to play semantics and say, well, you said I was like a sister, which is not the same thing, Shamea.
As being a sister.
It doesn't. But then she says that she has beef with her sisters.
I know.
So Shamea, who are you getting along with these days, girl?
I know, literally no one, not even her husband.
That's what I'm saying. What do you do?
I don't know. But she tells on herself she's pissed Porsha off sufficiently.
And then
she says, your mom fucked my dad.
Wow. How did that feel for you? Because you've been waiting. You've just wanted to talk about it.
Yes.
And just, it was like Shamea with Porsha. We needed the buildup. And you've been doing your kegels. So like, did your vagina relax once you said that?
It was a real release. It was so much of a release. I need a fingering.
Oh my God. You released so much your pelvic floor. I see it. It's actually on the floor. Now, I'm not the one to help out with that, so we'll need to call 911. But let's finish this podcast.
I was so shocked my pelvic floor dropped. I was... How often do you get an accusation that someone's mom fucked their dad? I mean, never.
But a rebuttal that is, your mom tried to fuck your dad's brother.
Wow. You know what? Some people say this show is an art, but I would have to disagree because that is like the most beautiful thing. It's more beautiful than a sunset, don't you think?
It was glorious.
Yeah. So
it was. I don't even know. Like, I was watching like, oh my God. And then I was thinking, how do they come back from this?
I don't think you come back from something like that. Also, how much of that do we think is made up versus whose parents are fucking each other? What do you think? think there's any truth in this?
Well, in Salt Lake City.
Yes. Okay. Well, other than in Salt Lake City or Rhode Island, where they all fuck each other.
Right.
But like in Atlanta, who like, do you think there's a lot of mom on dad action?
I mean, I don't know. I feel badly because technically we shouldn't be talking about this because parents and kids should be
off limits,
but they're obviously not.
I loved Phaedra's talking head when she goes, the response to your mom fucked your dad's brother should be no, not which one. I was like, ding, 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 ding.
Wow.
Which brother are you talking about? The one she had sex with or the other one?
I mean, it was a wild, wild ride. And then Shamea doesn't get the response she wants.
Everyone stays at that table, including K. Michelle, except Kelly.
Kelly takes Shamea into the Sprinter van and holds her like a little baby.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, was a very good friend to her. So kudos to Kels.
And everybody else seems to be on Porsha's side, right? Do we think that that'll stick?
I don't.
But do you think there'll be any backlash for her saying your mom fucks her brother-in-law?
No, because it was in retaliation to the fact, like, if someone came for my mom, I mean, I'm coming right back.
Sharon, you're safe here.
You are safe here, Sharon. Although I don't think my mom was trying to do anybody like that.
I don't think so either. Does your mom still listen to this podcast, or once we stopped doing all the stuff she liked, she stopped listening?
I think she still listens. If you're listening, Mom, let us know. Have you ever tried to fuck someone's husband?
Or your ex-brother-in-law? We're interested.
But yeah, it was a very, very good episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I wonder what will happen, because I wonder if Shamea and Porsha will be able to be in a room together after this. And also,
the preview shows them going to something altogether.
Well, I mean, they can go there, but that's like, are they going to be able to ever even be cordial to each other after this? Here's the thing, like, Shamea's painted herself into her own little box, a box where she's totally isolated from everybody and where no one does want to be her friend. I mean, soon K. Michelle's going to be like, no one wants me to be your friend.
Wow, how the tables have turned.
Anyway, I think the big takeaway from this episode is that Matt's about to turn a corner on Kelly.
Well,
the blinker's on.
But the traffic is still moving through. So we'll see you next week, guys.
See you later, bimbos. Bye-bye.